right back to back and back, and I knocked in that 2 runs. And other than that, it was a great pitcher's battle. The 8th grader Peyton Driscoll pitched her heart out there, and lost a tough one here. But we're getting ready for game number 2, and the lineups here in game 2. Each team had a little bit difference here. For Williamsburg, they're going to lead off with Aubrey Walters at shortstop, Charlie Jagousas at pitcher, and thank goodness I'm just going to might call her Charlie the rest of the night. Third baseman is Jill Hollab. Catcher is Carly Campbell. Batting 5th, center fielder Mackenzie O'Neill. Batting 6th, first baseman Brianna Nail. Batting 7th, right fielder Megan Lamparic. Batting 8th, did not play in game 1, the designated player Ellie Ridgway. Batting 9th, second baseman Olivia Stratton. And the flex player is Charlotte Weegan, playing out in left field. For the Hawks here, their lineup in game 2 will be as follows. In center field, Eva Wynn leading off. Batting 2nd, right field, Eve Wedewer. Batting 3rd, first base, Macy Kleitch. Batting 4th, second base, Heather Himes. Batting 5th, third baseman, Ella Kolak. Batting 6th, shortstop, Claire Demmer. Batting 7th, catcher, Leah Wegman. Batting 8th, designated player, Joanna Voss. Batting 9th, the left fielder, Kayla Felton. And the flex player here in game 2, the pitcher, Emily Klosterman. And she's getting ready for pitch number 1. And there it is. Swung on a miss by the left-hand slap hitter, Aubrey Walters. Walters was 0 for 3 in game 1. A couple of ground outs back to the pitcher and 1 to the second baseman. So Hawks did a nice job of handling the slap hitter in game 1.
Well, it's always good when you can keep that leadoff hitter off base, Bill, especially when she's got speed. She hits from that left side. And that was a little pop-up to the third baseman there for out number 1. That's a great pitch, a great job to get that leadoff hitter out. And it's just a great feeling to keep that speed off the bases.
Number 2 hitter here in game 2, Charlie, our pitcher here in game 2. She's standing up to bat. Charlie, I apologize for last time. I'm going to butcher it all night long. Jagousas, I think it is, but we're going to call you Charlie. That pitch, that would have been a strike in game 1. We got a different umpire here now, so it's going to be a whole lot different strike zone here, I guarantee it. And we're going to have to get used to that different strike zone. There's a ground ball right back up the middle out into center field. So Charlie gets the first hit of the game for Williamsburg, a 1-out single. And that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, third baseman, Jill Hollab. Hollab was 0 for 3 in game 1, and all 3 were flyouts to the right fielder, Wedewer. So Macy did a nice job of keeping her off balance and really not being able to get her bat on too much as that number 3 hitter.
Yeah, Chigusa showed some speed in that first game, stealing a base or 2, and got to look out again for her. Klosterman throwing pretty good. You know, she's got pretty good speed on the ball, so it's going to be difficult to steal a base from her. So ball 1 on that first. No, strike on that first pitch. So the Klosterman up 0-1 right here.
There's a high fly ball out in the left field. Kayla Felton's going to come in not too far away from the shortstop where she started, Claire Demmer, but she immediately parted ways, so a high pop fly. And Felton catches it for out number 2, and that'll bring up the number 4 hitter, sophomore catcher, Carly Campbell. Campbell was 1 for 3 in game 1. She had 1 of the 5 Williamsburg hits in game 1. So 2 away here in the top of the first. Emily Klosterman's first pitch is called strike 1.
That last pop fly there, Bill, that was going to bring the rain. That thing was high.
You were saying it's out by Interstate 35. It needs to stay away a little longer here. There's a ground ball to shortstop. Claire Demmer picks it up, throws over to first. 4 out, number 3. So a 1-out single gets stranded at first. Score after half an inning, Williamsburg 0. West Delaware coming to bat. You're listening to Hawk Softball on KMCH.
Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory wishes all the best to the athletes and appreciates their hard work and scholastic efforts throughout the year. For personal, caring service, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Point.
Hey KMCH listeners, GMB is proud to support our area athletes and help bring the sport to you. The GMB Bank team reminds you whatever your financial goals, we're here to help you reach them. Stop by our Manchester location or visit us online at gnbbank.com. Member FDIC.
Going above and beyond is a standard of care at Above and Beyond Home Health and Hospice Care. Their compassionate staff care deeply about the comfort of their patients. A nurse is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Above and Beyond Healthcare, the more they care, the more beautiful life becomes. Proudly serving Jones, Jackson, Johnson, Lynn, Clayton, and Delaware counties.
At Tauke Motors, we believe in a gentler, simpler way of doing business. Check out our large selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, as well as great incentives at TaukeMotors.com. If you are looking for a new pre-owned vehicle or service on your current vehicle, come to Tauke Motors, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram on 9th Street in Dyersville.
Hey, welcome back into Sill Field. Bill Logan along with Roger Reed in the game 2 for the Hawks. They're going up the bat in the bottom of the first inning. West Delaware 2-0 victory in game 1 here. Game 2 pitcher here for Charlie Jagusis. She is a junior. Last year as a sophomore, she started 5 times, appeared in 16 games at a record of 5-5, pitched 51 2/3 innings with 2 saves, allowed 60 hits, 47 runs, of which 19 of them were earned, a 2.57 earned run average, walked 13, hit 2, that a girl, and strikes 22 strikeouts, and an earned opposing batting average of 263. And the first pitch, a nice line drive out into right center field, picked up by the right fielder, Lam Perrick, and Eva Wynn gets the first pitch single in the right center field. It's a good start here by the Hawks.
Well, I was going to say when your opposing team is batting 260 off of you, Bill, we ought to see a lot of offense by the West Delaware Hawks in this game. Maybe their bats will come alive, and they'll stroke the ball and score a lot of runs here.
Yeah, so far the Hawks haven't really got a lot of hits there. Eve Weatherware swings and fouls the first one back out of play. Tuesday night against Waterloo Columbus, 5-3 loss. They had 6 hits. Last night they lost 8-0 and had 4 hits against North Scott. They won 2-0 in game 1 here, but only had 5 hits in that game, so they really haven't gotten a lot of base hits yet. I like the way they're swinging, but they just haven't come up with some hits yet. There's a little slap bunt out in front of first. Jill Hollip comes up. Nice play. Throws her out at first base. So go 5-3 on that sacrifice, and that's about as good a bunt as you're going to lay down and not be able to beat it out. Good play by Hollip at third.
Well, what she did, she barehanded that ball, Bill. She didn't put a glove on it. If she put a glove on it, that would have been the runner there would have been safe. She barehanded that and threw on the run, and she threw a dart right to Nala first base. So a great bunt and great fielding for the out.
Macy Kleitchel standing there now, 1 out, first pitch low in the dirt, ball 1. Kleitchel was 1 out of 3 in game 1. She had 1 of 4 doubles. The Hawks had 3 of them back-to-back. In the second inning, scored their 2 runs, and then Kleitch had 1 the next inning. So 5 hits for them were extra bases. We'll see if the Hawks can get a few more bats going here. There's ball low in the dirt, knocked out in front there, but aggressive base running by Eva Wynn. As catcher Campbell did a nice job of knocking it down, kept it in front of her, but Wynn immediately, when she saw it in the dirt, she just took off, slides into third safely. So Hawks now with a runner down at third, 1 away, and the count 2-0 on the number 3 hitter, Macy Kleitch.
Well, the Hawks are being aggressive on the bases, and that's a good thing to do. They're taking a big lead off, and that ball was mishandled by the catcher, and good opportunity there to advance, and they did. So running in scoring position. And that should score a run right there.
Fly ball center field. O'Neill catches it, throws it in on the run, and not in time as Eva Wynn tags up and scores. So just deep enough, that'll go as an F8 sacrifice fly, give Kleitch an RBI, and Wynn comes in and scores from third on the play. Hawks take an early 1-0 lead. Nice running catch out in center field by O'Neill. But just deep enough, really, as she was running, really couldn't put a lot on that throw. And maybe she could have got underneath it and maybe set up, could have got a stronger throw. But nonetheless, Hawks put one on the board, 1-0.
That's a good way to start here. And
Heather Himes will step in there now. She was 0 for 3 in game 1, batting in the number 4 spot this game. She has been 3 out of 5 on the year coming into tonight.
She is due, as they say.
Yes.
She is due for something big here from that cleanup spot. So just you can put the bat on it. There's a change-up, low. Boy, that looked awful good, but good eye there by Himes to let that go. And Chigusa's pulling the string on that one and taking some off of it. and try to get Himes to go fishing for it. It'll be hard for both teams to adjust to the different strike zone we've seen already in the first inning here compared to what the strike zone was in game one. Both teams did a nice job of adjusting. Now they're going to have to readjust here in game two. And that's the challenge when you're pitching. I always used to tell our pitchers that, you got to figure out where they're going to call him. And if he's going to give you the corner, live on the corner. If he's not going to give you the corner, then you got to put it where he's going to call the strike. And once again, that was on the outside corner here, and this umpire is going to call that a ball, which is good for the Hawks because they're laying off of it. 3-1 count now on Heather Himes, 2 away and nobody on. Hawks with 1 run here in the first. There's a line drive, but right at the center fielder, O'Neill takes a couple steps and will catch it for out number 3. But the Hawks score 1 run on a hit, nobody left. Score after 1 was Delaware 1, Williamsburg 0. You listen to Game 2 of Hawk softball on KMCH.
At Dupaco Community Credit Union, we know debt happens. A debt checkup from Dupaco ensures it's not costing you more than it should. With historic low interest rates, now is the time to bring your loans to Dupaco. Contact us at 563-927-6187 or visit dupaco.com.
The Manchester Press is your community newspaper. Check out the sports section for game stats and photos of area players and game highlights. The Manchester Press, serving the area for over 130 years.
Craving authentic Mexican food? Then hurry down to Rio Blanco Mexican Restaurant in Manchester today. Enjoy the best margarita around with an order of fresh guacamole or cheese queso and chips. Rio Blanco features daily specials, an extensive menu with many authentic dishes to choose from, and a kids menu too. There's something for everyone at Rio Blanco Mexican Restaurant in Manchester.
Every good athlete recognizes the value of having a great coach. If you're buying or selling a home, make sure you team up with an experienced realtor to coach you through the process. I service the entire KMCH listening area. My office is located in Manchester, across from the hospital. Contact me, Teresa Turnus, from Keller Williams Realty for all your real estate needs.
And welcome back to Sill Field, Hawk softball, game 2 on KMCH. Bill Logan along with Roger Reed. Top of the second inning in Williamsburg. Their number 5 hitter, center fielder Mackenzie O'Neill, takes the first 2 pitches just off that plate outside, 2-0 to count. There's one right back up the middle, just off the glove of Klosterman, over to Cameron shortstop off of her glove. Himes picks it up, throws over to first, but not in time, and
that was almost a 1-6-4 for the out.
It almost could have been, because Emily did tip it, and it probably helped get the ball over to Claire, and then she got it in her glove, but it kind of came out, and had she caught it cleanly, I think she would have easily been able to throw her out, because it was a hard ground ball. But that'll lead up to Brianna Nail. She takes first pitch in there, called strike 1. Nail was 0 for 3, struck out twice and flied out to right field in game 1. We'll see what Adam Birdie does. He had her kind of hold the bat out like maybe swing and then pulled it back and then kind of a check swing, and they're going to call it a ball. Now they're going to ask, the base umpire is going to call. I thought maybe it looked like she went a little too far. Yeah, so they called that a strike.
It was almost a swinging butt there, Bill.
It was. It looked at back, and then she took a little chop at it, yeah. So behind the count now, 0-2. And just a little looper fly ball over to the second baseman, Heather Himes, and she'll catch it for out number 1 without letting that runner advance. So nice job by the Hawks to get it out and leave that runner at first base. That'll bring up right fielder Megan Lamparic. Lamparic was 1 for 3. Grounded out, singled, and popped out in game 1. First pitch, and there's a runner taking off for second. And there again, the runner is diving in head first, and she's there before the Hawks are there defensively. So stolen base by Mackenzie O'Neill.
She is fast, Bill. She's got some wheels.
Yeah, she had a stolen base in the first game, and she's going to be their speed demon. She's one of the girls batting number 5, but you got to keep her off the bases. She won't run when she gets there. So she got herself to second. 1-0 count on Lamparic. There's a fly ball just right around second base, and Heather Himes calls it. The runner's just going to stand on second because Heather caught the ball about 2 steps away. So another good pitch there by Closeman. Get that pop up on the infield for out number 2, and that'll bring up the designated player, Ellie Ridgway, an 8th grader, and she did not play in game 1, so it'll be her first at bat here tonight. Pitch is outside, ball 1.
Yeah, Closeman throwing a little curve on that pitch too. It's got a little movement on the end of it, and just couldn't quite catch enough of that outside corner for a strike. But again, she's still working that outside edge of the plate.
Ground ball to second baseman Hines. She picks it up and throws out at first. So the leadoff base runner gets on, but gets stranded out at second. So no runs here in the top half of the second for Williamsburg. Score after 1.5. West Delaware 1, Williamsburg 0. You're listening to Hawk Softball on KMCH.
Newhouse Construction and Concrete is proud to support all our area athletes. Give Phil a call at 927-5178 for your commercial, ag, or residential projects, or visit newhouseconstruction.com. Newhouse Construction and Concrete turns design into reality.
No one can win a game by themselves. At F&M Bank, our team works together to achieve the ultimate goal, exceeding client expectations. F&M Bank is a proud supporter of all local sports teams. F&M Bank, the right choice in Manchester, Cedar Rapids, Anamosa, and Monticello. Member FDIC.
Just like you take pride in your vehicle, we take pride in the service work we provide. This is John from Georgian Auto in Manchester. Whether it's routine maintenance or major repairs, we'll take care of your car and get it back on the road. Georgian Auto in Manchester, where complete automotive service and repair is our complete focus.
And welcome back into Phil Field. Bill Roger doing game 2 here. Game 1, West Delaware in the books with a 2-0 victory, leading 1-0 here in game 2. Leading off for the Hawks here will be the third baseman, Ella Kolak. Kolak was 0 for 2 plus a sacrifice in game 1. So she'll step in there. First pitch is ball 1.
Well, she's due for something big here too. She's taking some good cuts at the ball and just not getting all of it. So see if Chagusas here can serve her one up. And there it is right there. Nice base hit right back up the middle. And she's going to get first hit of this game. Nice piece of hitting there. Inside pitch. She got her hands through the ball, drove the ball right back up the middle where nobody could field it. And that's a good start again. Lead off batter up and on, and let's see if they can plate her.
Yeah, see what their strategy is right now. Claire Demmer's going to step in there now. Claire was 1 for 3. She had the first of the 2-out doubles back in the second inning to score the 2 runs for the Hawks. We'll see. She squares around here. I'll take that first pitch. Gets behind the catcher just a little bit, but Kolak unable to advance on it. And a smart run in there. If you hesitate, go back. You know, if you're going to go right off the bat. Go. Don't hesitate. Try to draw the throw, but smart play. She didn't read that the ball got away from the catcher right away, so don't endanger yourself on the bases. So 1-0 to count. Pitch is inside. That one gets away far enough. Now Kolak's going to get to second base. And see now what Coach Rave's going to do. 2-0 in the count. Head in the count. Pitcher might be struggling here a little bit. You want to get that runner over to third if you possibly can. So Claire Demmer is taking a look down there at Coach Rave, and she just says, yeah, let's go. You know, so look where that right fielder's playing. Man, she is so far out into right center field now. She's even farther than she was in game 1.
We can certainly trade places. There's a dead ball right there.
Hit by pitch.
That ball bounces and hits her right in the left shin.
And there again, now if I'm the batter, you know, Leo Wegman coming up here. Okay, take some pitches. You know, don't do that. Williamsburg's going to call timeout. He wants to settle this pitcher down. Adam Birdie heads out there as I got the leadoff single, and then, you know, a couple pitches were low in the dirt. You know, the first one they didn't advance, second one they did. Going her out to second. The next pitch he hits her with it. So maybe losing a little control here or something. Don't you know, maybe don't do something crazy like swing at the first pitch just because. You know, make her pitch a little bit, see if she's got that wildness in her yet.
Yeah, walks are okay right here.
Yeah.
Be patient at the plate, take a walk, load the bases up, and, you know, get it going right here.
Another wild pitch, advance the runners without having to give the batter up. So see what Leo Wegman does here for the Hawks. Leo was 0 for 3 in game 1, called out on strikes, grounded out, and popped out. So see what the strategy is involved here for the Hawks. Runners at first and second, nobody out. here in the bottom of the second inning, leading 1-0. First pitch, a little soft line drive on the right field, and the right field says, "No, you hit it over here." So the runner from second is going to come in to score. Runner at first. Claire Demmer ends up all the way over at third, so a nice piece of hitting there. You know, we weren't really sure whether he swung at that first pitch, but she put it out over the plate way too far, and Claire Demmer did a nice job of hitting out into right field, getting an RBI single. And they'll send a courtesy runner in for the catcher. That's going to be Mia Payton. That's going to go out as a courtesy runner, and that'll bring up Joanna Voss.
Well, Joanna's just been pulling the ball. She's been hitting the ball hard to the left side. So, tell you what, there's a big gap in left center field. I'm sure they'd see if she takes a pitch here and gets Peyton to second on the stolen base, and then drives one in here, drives two in, see what happens.
Yeah, Voss 2 for 2, a single and a double in game one. There's pitch low in the dirt. And just go ahead and go down. Don't stand out there and do something silly. So Peyton finally gets to second base. The runner's indifference there. So 1-0 to count. Good take there by Voss. Now look for that pitch. They're struggling here a little bit with that strike zone here. Jagooses. And there's a ground ball to the right of the first baseman. Picks it up. Second baseman knocks it down, comes up, and she steps on first. So don't see that too often. A 4 unassisted, but she's going to get an RBI as Claire Demmer comes in from third and scores. The runner, Peyton, goes over to third on it. So did her job, put the ball in play, and got the run in from third, and the Hawks take a 2-0 lead.
And another one of those hit
3-0, excuse me.
Hit the ball where it's pitched. You know, she did a nice job of that outside pitch. Take it that way, and scored the run easily. So, nice job.
One away, runner still at third. There's a fly ball down the left field line. Just going to go foul by Kayla Felton. Felton, I believe, I didn't see last night's game. I believe this might be her first at-bat this year. They've been using her as a flex player, playing out in the field, but not batting here so far. But she gets an opportunity to bat here in game two. And first pitch, she fouls it down the left field line. Would have been an RBI. Good eye there. Next pitch is well outside. 1-1 to count to Kayla Felton. Kayla Felton, no at-bats last year. She scored 10 runs as a courtesy runner, had 3 stolen bases. So 1-1 to count. A little pop fly. Good pitch by Jagusis there. Jammed her. And just a little foul back towards the screen. 1-2 to count now on Felton.
That's a great hustle play by the catcher. She almost caught that up against the screen to her left side, third base side. She almost caught that right up against the screen. So we'll get another chance here.
Yeah, 1-2 to count. See if she can hit one down that right field line. That right fielder, from my angle, she's playing right in front of the Georgian Auto sign out there, which is in deep right center field. Pitch is inside, 2-2 to count. Jagoose is trying to do more inside pitching than what either pitcher did on the first time, but that strike zone with that umpire giving them, everybody's living on an outside corner in game one, but not so much here in game two.
And she's trying to keep the West Delaware Hawks from getting their arms extended, and everything's going off the handle. So,
2-2 pitch. Oh, that ball stuck right in the fence there. Almost came all the way through there.
You almost would have had to.
I would have had to lean out the window and see what I could have done there. Now we're going to see who the monkey is that gets to climb up there and get that. Hey, John, we need you. 2-2 to count on Kayla Felton.
I know he'd be right on that right now.
He'd have had it by now.
He'd have dropped his headset and he'd be up there.
Yep. Ooh, there's a nice fly ball run. O'Neill goes back and catches it. Peyton tagging at third, and she'll come in and score. So nice piece of hitting there by Kayla Felton. A deep fly ball to the center fielder, O'Neill. So she gets an RBI. Knocks in the third run of the inning here, and the Hawks take a 4-0 lead. Bring up the leadoff hitter, Eva Wynn. She singled, leading off the bottom of the first inning, came around and scored on the sacrifice fly by Keitch. So Hawks ahead now 4-0 here in game two. Swing and a miss at that first pitch. There's a game one pitch right there on the outer portion, and Wynn going after it. Can't catch up to it. 0-1 to count.
Well, the Hawks are doing a great job of moving the runners this game. They got runners on base, couldn't quite move them around. They're doing a good job of moving them and scoring runs here. So kudos to them for putting the ball in play, contact on the ball, and the runners are doing a great job on the bases.
That pitch outside. 1-1 the count now to even win. Right down the middle, popped it up into short left field. Left fielder Weegan comes in and she'll catch it for out number 3. But the Hawks score 3 runs on a couple of base hits. Nobody left on. Score after 2 complete. West Delaware 4, Williamsburg 0. You're listening to Game 2 of West Delaware Hawk Softball on KMCH.
For all your general contracting needs, turn to the professionals at Lucky Building Service in Manchester. For commercial, remodeling, and building and new home construction, call the experts, Lucky Building Service in Manchester, 563-927-5677.
You may not wear glasses or contacts, but how do you know if you're seeing your best or if your eyes are healthy? Why not be proactive and get your eyes examined? Dr. Daniel E. Mersch and his professional staff at Manchester Family Vision can help. Manchester Family Vision Center on West Main, where clear vision begins with healthy eyes.
As your American Family Insurance agent in Manchester, I'm looking out for what matters to you. Even when nothing's wrong, this is Tad Mormon, agent. Call me at 563-927-3586, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Insurance, Tad Mormon agent, 106 East Main Street, Manchester.
And back at Sill Field, Game 2, top of the 3rd inning, just about getting started here for Williamsburg. Hawks with a 4-0 lead. Leading off will be the number 9 hitter, second baseman Olivia Stratton. Her first at-bat of the night. She came in as a courtesy runner in Game 1. Sophomore for Williamsburg takes first pitch, called strike 1. That pitch high and away. 1-1 the count.
Coach been doing a good job, Bill, working both sides of the plate here, giving these batters something different to look at every pitch.
That pitch a little low. 2-1 the count. Now, she probably moves it in and out more than Macy did in that first game, but Macy might not have done that had that strike zone not been called that way. But she's doing a really nice job of spotting that and getting that inside. That pitch, again, a little bit too low. 3-1 the count. And don't want to put that number 9 hitter, leadoff hitter here in this inning on base with the top of the order coming up. So attacker, go right after Emily here. 3-1 pitch. A little ground ball down third base. Kolak picks it up, throws over to first for out number 1. Nice job of coming back with a quality 3-1 pitch.
Well, that was on the inside half of the plate, went right off the handle. Easy 2-bouncer right to Kolak at third base, and of course she gloved it and made a solid throw to Kleitch at first. So nice routine grounder, great pitch, great fielding, great out. Good way to start inning number 3.
Bringing up the leadoff hitter, left-handed slap hitter Aubrey Walters. 0 for 3 in Game 1, popped out her first time here, so they've done a nice job of keeping their leadoff hitter off the base paths here so far. First pitch is ball 1. There's a nice pitch on that outer portion. 1-1 the count.
I'm not sure if this leadoff batter is a real slapper. I mean, she really hasn't showed that she's going to do. I'm not sure what she's going to do.
That pitch high and inside, yeah. That's the way to go after her there with that pitch there. Yeah, she makes it appear like she's a slapper, but has really, out of the 4 at-bats here so far, probably really only did it one time. But if you do that, you've got the infield all in. So if you do swing at it like she did there, I've got the infield in, so I got a possibility of getting it through there a little quicker because I've moved the infield in. Swing on that one, a little foul back to the screen. 2-2 to count on the leadoff hitter, Aubrey Walters.
Himes his way up at second base, looking for that little slap.
Off-speed pitch there, low and in the dirt. Had her off balance, and now 3-2. See if she can throw another quality 3-ball pitch here to get an out. 3-2, low and away. Ball 4. Be the first walk of the night given up by either Hawk pitcher. As Macy Kleitch did not walk anybody in Game 1. So a 1-out walk to the leadoff hitter will bring up the pitcher, Charlie Jagusis. She singled right back up the middle her first time up. She also had 2 hits in Game 1. Runner takes off for second again, and the ball got down there, but Claire Demmer's out in front of the bag. You know, some of the fans back here look like, should have maybe a bad call, but she's probably a foot or two in front of the base, and it's easy for the runner to slide in behind her. So Demmer at second base, you got to get to the base to be able to catch the ball and bring the tag down instead of having to try to go backwards with it. So another stolen base by the leadoff hitter, Walters.
And Williamsburg isn't messing around with that slide. They're all belly sliding into second base, keeping themselves low and away from the tag. So
they're 4 for 4 on stolen bases now, 2 in the first game and 2 here in game 2. And get themselves in scoring position here with 1 away. 1-1 the count. Takes it a little low again, 2-1.
Sure, Coach Raven's making notes here as this game progresses and finding a few things yet to work on, and this season is still very early.
That pitch is a little too high, 3-1. Yeah, when softball practice started, they probably had about half their practices or a third of their practices at least inside because of the weather. And there's not a lot of things you can do, replicate inside, type stuff. You work on some fundamentals, but that's about it. There's a nice line drive on left field for a base hit. Run around third, comes in, is going to score. And there's Cardinal sin is now you let that runner go from first to second on that. So give Jagusis an RBI single, and she goes to second on the throw home. But first run of the night for Williamsburg, and they now trail 4-1. So good piece of hitting, good base running there by Williamsburg. Got themselves a run with their legs.
And something to take note of right here, Bill. That was Klosterman's 16th pitch of this inning, and there's just 1 out.
That pitch, curveball, broke outside. 1-0 to Jill Hollop. She flied out to the left fielder her first time up. She was 0 for 3 in game 1. Flied out to right field all 3 times in game 1. 1-0 pitch, swung on a miss. She was going to try to hit that one hard somewhere, but nice pitch there by Klosterman. Down in the strike zone a little bit, and Hollop unable to connect with that. 1-1 the count. 1 away here in the top of the third inning. Hawks with a 4-1 lead. Little changeup pitch right in there. Hollop couldn't pull the trigger on that one. Good time, good spot for that. Really caught her off guard. Ahead in the count now, 1-2.
You got a power hitter up there looking for a fastball, and you pull the string on that changeup and just handcuffed her, froze her right in her stance.
There's a pitch high and on the outer portion of the plate, and Hollop goes right after it, swinging a miss for the first strikeout of the game for Klosterman, but more importantly, out number 2, and get one of their power hitters back in the dugout. Now bring up number 4 hitter, Carly Campbell. She grounded out to short her first time up. There's a nice pitch on the outside corner, called strike 1.
That was right at the knees. That's a great pitch right there. If you do make contact, it's going to be a little dinker ground ball on the right side. So great pitch by Klosterman to get back on top here.
A little changeup, but that one stays a little bit too high. 1-1 count to Campbell, sophomore catcher for Williamsburg. 2 away here in this top of the third inning. Pitch is low and in the dirt.
Jagusis is on second. She's got some wheels.
She does.
I'll tell you what, with 2 outs, you got to stay on your toes.
Oh, yeah. And that ball hit anywhere. She's not going to hesitate around third. Postman's pitch, a little swing and a foul just over the screen, out of play. 2-2 the count. And I'll see if Emily can come up with a nice quality pitch and get out of this inning. 2-2 the count. Runner at second. Campbell takes a deep breath and steps back in there. Baseball team ahead in game 2, 2-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. There's a foul ball back out of play. Going for a sweep up there at Exide Field. That'd be nice. But they won game 1 by a score of 5-3. Hawks won game 1 here by a score of 2-0. So see if we can go 4-0 here on the night. State golf meet. Brandon Larson in first place with a nice 3 under. Wow. Good job, Brandon. There's a little looping ball. Hey, all right. Macy Kleitz goes over and makes a nice running catch. I wasn't sure she's going to be able to get over there, but she catches that for out number 3 and stops Williamsburg with just getting the 1 run on 1 hit and 1 left on. Score after 2.5, plus Delaware 4. Williamsburg 1. You're listening to Hawk Softball on KMCH.
Contact me, Chad Frazier, at BC Land Services in Earlville for all your maintenance projects such as tree removal and trimming, small dirt work projects, lawn seeding, and more. BC Land Services is fully insured and licensed. Contact me at 563-590-8074 or on Facebook. And best of luck to all area athletes and coaches.
This is Sarah from It's So Me Boutique in downtown Dyersville, inviting you to stop in, look around, and let us assist you in finding the perfect outfit for any occasion. We offer fashion-forward trends for women, including plus sizes, baby clothes, shoes, and fun accessories to complete any look. It's So Me Boutique in the heart of downtown Dyersville. And check out our Facebook page.
Edgewood Feed Mill Construction is a general contractor and will assist you with the construction of your livestock facility, start to finish. For more information on Edgewood Feed Mill Construction, contact Steve Harris at 563-920-7835.
Hello, this is Fred Smock from Dunlap Motors in Independence. We are proud to support local school programs. So if you are looking for a new Chevy, Buick, or certified used car or truck, or just want to stop and say hi, stop in. That's Dunlap Motors in downtown Independence.
Clayton Drug supports all the area athletes and coaches on a successful season. Stop in and visit with one of their pharmacists today and be sure to check out their large selection of home decor and gift items. Clayton Drug in Strawberry Point, a local pharmacy you can trust.
And welcome back into Sill Field. Hawk softball on KMCH. Leading off the bottom of the third inning for the Hawks. Number 2 hitter, Eve Wedeworth, takes a cut at the first pitch, hits it on the roof, and we are bulletproof up here. We can do a lot of things up here. We're going to be okay.
Well, that ball almost came through the fence there. That's a foul ball, so you got to watch that.
Yeah, it'll get hit here, and it'll come out of there yet before the game's over, probably. Ooh, nice little off-speed pitch, and Wedeworth almost couldn't really hang on. It just fouled it off. Now behind in the count 0-2. Wedeworth had a sacrifice bunt the first inning there and got Wynn into scoring position, and turned around and came to score on an RBI sacrifice fly by Kleitz. So, you don't look in that book to figure out that sacrifice helped contribute to that run in the first inning.
Yeah, she had a notion on that pitch. That was high and outside. She had to hold back on that. She looked at it pretty closely.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that's up in the eyes. I can see it. I should be able to hit it. And good job of laying off of that, because usually nothing but bad things happen when swinging a pitch like that. There was a really good pitch on that outside corner called strike 3. Great pitch by Jagusis to record her first strikeout of the night.
Had her looking high, and then came right back with that pitch right at the knees on the outside corner. And I tell you what, working the planes of the plate, low to high, and it's got your eyes moving. And a great pitch there by Jagusis to get the first out. Bring up Macy Kleitz. She had the RBI sacrifice fly in that first inning, knocked in the first run. First pitch is a called strike 1. Kleitz was 1 for 3. She had a double in game 1. The winning pitcher throwing a 5-hit shutout in that 2-0 victory in game 1 for the Hawks. There's a shot that out in front of that pulls a foul out into the under construction area that hopefully shortly will look very, very nice out there. Some major renovations here at Sill Field here this year. Moved the batting cages and going to sod that area down in there, improve the restroom. So great facility here, got even better. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Walter, she picks it up, throws over to first for out number 2, and that'll bring up the number 4 hitter, Heather Himes. And Kleitz making that play very, very close as she hustled down that line, and it was about a half a step, out by half a step. So great leg work there by Kleitz, almost beat out that infield single.
So Heather Himes will step into that pitch all the way back to the screen. I don't know, maybe she's going to try to knock that one out of there. 1-0 to count to Himes. See if they can get something going here. Nobody on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Jagusis tried to snap that ball. Looked like she was throwing a curve and snapped it way out of place. There's the same pitch.
Fly ball out to the left fielder, Weegan. She takes a couple steps and she'll catch it. 4 out number 3. 3 up, 3 down here for the Hawks in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Score after 3 complete. Well, Delaware 4, Williamsburg 1. You're listening to game number 2 of Hawk Softball on KMCH.
For the best selection of Chevy, Buick, and GMCs in the area, see Bob Stephen Motors in Manchester. We offer straightforward pricing and carry a low overhead, so we can pass those savings on to you. We also take care of you after the sale and offer a state-of-the-art service department with ASE trained technicians. For a full list of our inventory, visit us on the web at bobstephenmotors.com.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. It takes the right financial partner who cares as much about your future as you do, building a financial plan to meet your life's priorities and helping you achieve the financial security you're after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact me, Mitch Payton, or Matt Schulte today. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
And Bill and Roger back at Sill Field. Game number 2 here. Hawks with a 4-1 lead after winning game 1 2-0. Again, congratulations to Brandon Larson today. A nice 3-under, leading Class 3A state golf out in Fort Dodge. And another round to go tomorrow, weather permitting. And Brandon go out and knock him dead again and come back with a state championship. That would be awesome. He made it last year as a sophomore, and I believe he got 14th place individually last year. So he went out there knowing that I wanted to improve this year, and a nice 3-under in round 1. That was great. Leading off,
3-under, high school 3-under. 3-under that's a tough course out there too, Lakeside.
I can't even shoot 3-under on a mini golf course. That's just awesome. He had 5 birdies. They said today. I haven't had 5 birdies in 5 years. So nice job by Brandon. Keep it up. Good luck tomorrow. Leading off top of the 4th inning, Mackenzie O'Neill. A hot shot past Himes out into right center field. And O'Neill gets on for the second time tonight here. And she was 1 for 3 and a stolen base in game 1. And she had a stolen base her first time up here. So maybe kind of guess what she might do here, try to get herself down to second base. The batter, Brianna Nail, coming up, popped out to the second baseman here her first time up. Let's see if they let her take a pitch or two to see if get O'Neill down there. Thought about it. She takes the pitch high, ball 1.
That's a good job by Klosterman, throwing that pitch high to see if she could get work a pop-up out of Nail. Maybe a double play opportunity here. Pop up on the butt and throw Neal out at first for a double play.
Gets low in the dirt, and that would have been one to run on because a low throw, now the catcher's got to go down and get it and then come all the way back up to throw it. A little like that extra half a second is what it takes to get in there. So now behind the count 2-0, maybe thinking about maybe making too good a pitch. There's a ground ball. Taylor made double play. Demmer knocks it down, picks it up, steps on second for the 4th, but unable to get it to first in time. So Brianna Nail is going to be at first safely on a fielder's choice, on a 6 unassisted to force out O'Neill. We'll change that base runner, anytime. O'Neill's got a couple stolen bases, and it looks like now they're going to put a pinch runner out there for Nail. It's number 4, Riley Metz, an 8th grader, is going out there as a pinch runner. Trying to get more speed out there to see if they can create some action here for Williamsburg here in the top of the 4th inning, trailing 4-1. Megan Lamparic will come up. She's 0 for 1 here in game 1, or 2, excuse me.
If Demmer could have fielded that ball cleanly, Bill, that would have been an easy
Taylor made.
Yep.
Step. And I think she thought it too, and it was too easy almost when that ball came up, gave her such a nice hop. Pitches outside, but there again, a stolen base, and not getting over to the base. Throws to the left side of second, but Hawks not getting over there to cover that probably properly in time. So 5th stolen base of the evening by Williamsburg. Count was a ball. There's a pop fly over in front of the first base dugout. Flights is going to go with it. She'll catch it about a step or 2 in front of there. So that'll be a pop out in foul territory for out number 2, and that'll bring up the designated player, Ellie Ridgway. She grounded out to second her first time up.
I like what Kleitz did there, Bill. She came after the ball, found the fence, knew where the fence was, and then she took a couple steps back into the diamond there and made that catch.
That pitch is outside, ball 1. 2 away here in the top of the 4th. Williamsburg a runner at second. Emily Klosterman, the pitcher here in game 2, going all the way here so far. That pitch is a little outside, 2-0.
She's having a much better inning. Last inning, she threw 26 pitches. That was just pitch number 10 this inning. So she's cut her workload in half. There's a foul into the screen along the first baseline. 2-1 to count. But she's still throwing hard. I like that. She's still throwing the ball hard, and every ball that hit Williamsburg's hit has gone to the right side. There's a swing and a miss. Great pitch, great location there by Klosterman. 2-2 to count. Ridgeway took a big cut on it, but couldn't come up with that. Now 2-2 to count. And a swing and a foul tip into the catcher's glove for out number 3. Second strikeout of the game by Klosterman. So leadoff single, they leave stranded out at second base. Score halfway through, West Delaware 4, Williamsburg 1. You're listening to Game 2 of Hawk Softball on KMCH.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sight and good vision is very easy to take for granted until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you.
Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa, located at 225 West Main Street in Manchester and 1113 West 3rd Street in Vinton.
This is Phil from Gateway Appliance. We service most major brands of appliances, and we are Manchester's exclusive KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amana dealer. Stop in and see us today in the Big Blue Building on West Main in Manchester, or call 563-927-3200.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Hawks here, third baseman Ella Kolak. She singled leading off that second inning to start that 3-run second inning for the Hawks. And see what she does here to lead off the fourth for the Hawks. First pitch from Jaguses is outside, ball 1. Still trying to work that outside the half of the plate. Had a lot of success that first game. And this game still working it, but not getting as many called strikes. There's a ground ball foul down third base. Even the count of 1 here. Hawks 4 scored 1 in the first and 3 in the second, and Williamsburg came back and scored 1 in their half of the third inning for this 4-1 lead here in Game 2. Hawks won Game 1 2-0. They had back-to-back doubles in the second inning, and it was the only scoring in Game 1. There's a fly ball out to the right fielder, kind of circled around it a little bit. Would have been right to her if she'd been playing more normal right field, but she'd been out in right center field since Game 1 there, and a fly ball to the right fielder for out number 1. She has moved over. She's taking a couple steps left now. She was out front of that Georgian Auto. Yeah. Now she's over a couple more signs, so she's not going to wear any grounds out there because she's standing in one spot. She's moved there. Now she's over in front of the Georgian Auto sign again. So that'll bring up Claire Demmer. She was hit by a pitch and came around and scored the second run of that 3-run third. Takes the first pitch, low, ball 1. Claire Demmer got the first of the 3 2-out doubles in that second inning in Game 1 for the Hawks. Scored the first run of the game. So she stands in there trying to get on base here. There's a swing and a miss. Nice pitch. Took a little something off of that. Demmer swings out in front of it. Even the count of 1. That was down right at the knees and tough pitch to hit. And she took a big cut at it. Just happened to miss it. The 1-1 pitch from Jaguses, that's well outside, 2-1. Seems like every once in a while when she really tries to put a little something extra on there, she really pulls that thing as well outside. 2-1 to count now on Claire Demmer. She's trying to put a lot of spin on that ball on her release, and she's snapping her wrist a little bit late. Ground ball just stays fair. Holla picks it up, throws over to first for out number 2. So a good play again down third base by Jill Holla. It started in fair territory farther than it was headed foul, but she's standing right there in front of the base and caught it just in foul territory. Good accurate throw for out number 2, and that'll bring up Leah Wegman. She had an RBI single her first time up.
knocked in that first run in the second inning. There's a ground foul. Gets by Holla, but she dives over there close to where Coach Rave's standing. So 1 strike to count on Wegman. She's cat quick there at third base. I'm very impressed with her defensive ability there at third base. She made some great plays, and she stayed with that last and stayed right on the line, and she stayed with it. Let the umpire call a foul. Keep playing it. Well, she did a nice job in game 1. She went to her left the one time and got one looked like a sure base hit. Went down to her knees, got it, came up, and made a strong, accurate throw. So, in addition to the good glove down there, she's got a nice, accurate, strong arm as well. 1-1 to count on Wegman. Swing and a miss at that one. Took a big cut. That wasn't a big cut, right there in the wheelhouse, but maybe a little farther outside than what she thought it was. But that was kind of right in that wheelhouse. Big swing and miss. 1-2 to count on Wegman. He was looking for a little chain link on that one. That pitch fouled straight back into the screen, so right on it, but just under it. Count remains 1-2. 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Nobody on. Hawks with a 4-1 lead. Pitch is low on the dirt. 2-2. West Delaware boys last report ahead in game 2 up at Exide Field, 2-0. Won game 1 5-3. So the Hawks looking for a sweep up at Exide Field in the boys game and looking for a sweep here at Sill Field in the girls game.
They're going to send Coach King back to Williamsburg with his tail between his legs.
Yeah, and he's doing a nice job with that program down there. I mean, he's worked his tail off on developing that thing, and he's the right kid down there. He's a good quality kid, and he'll make that a respectable program. That pitch low and inside gets away back to the screen. 2-2 the count now on Wegman. Swing and a miss. Good location there by Jacusis. Strikeout number 2 in the game. Now the Hawks go down in order here. 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Score after 4 complete. West Delaware 4. Williamsburg 1. You're listening to game 2 of Hawk softball on KMCH.
Delhi Lumber has products for every home and every budget. Delhi Lumber carries Midland doors, which are one of the best values around. You can see Midland doors today or call Delhi Lumber at 563-922-2404 for more information. Your Midland overhead door dealer, Delhi Lumber. Big town quality with small town service.
This is Dr. Tim Collier from Dental Associates of Manchester. We take pride in the environment we provide our patients with a caring attitude and unsurpassed comfort. For the kind, compassionate, and competent dental care you deserve, call us at 927-GRIN. Dental Associates of Manchester, creating healthy smiles for life.
Whether you are thinking of buying or selling your home, give Homefront Realty a call. We are here to be your advisor, negotiator, and facilitator in the real estate game. Homefront Realty will save you time so you can spend your time cheering on the Hawks. Call Homefront Realty at 927-2111.
Jay's Auto Supercenter in Manchester has quality pre-owned vehicles, great financing options, a full-service department, body shop, and detail department. See their full line of vehicles online at jsautosales.net. That's Jay's Auto. Customer satisfaction is their #1 priority.
Jay's Auto!
Back at Sill Field, Bill and Roger here bringing tonight's WAMAC doubleheader between the Hawks and the Williamsburg Raiders, game 2. Heading in the top of the 5th inning, leading off for Williamsburg, the number 9 hitter, Olivia Stratton. She grounded out her first time up, 1-1 to count now on her. She was a courtesy runner in game 1, so this is her second at-bat of the evening. She grounded out her first time. There's a swing and a miss. Great location there on that outer portion of the plate. 1-2. They count now on Stratton. Again, just like when she led off the 3rd inning, you want to retire that number 9 hitter when they're leading off. You don't want to get them on base to get to the top of the order. There's a great pitch by Emily on that outside corner called strike 3. That's her 3rd strikeout of the night. That was middle, a little bit more outside, and it was right on the edge on that last pitch. So a great job there. 4 pitches and a strikeout. That's the way you like to get it done. That's got good quality at bat there, pitching wise by Closeman. I'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Aubrey Walters. She walked her last time up and came around and scored the only run of the game. Is that she walked and she stole second, came in on the single by Jacusis. So takes that pitch, strike 1. Left-handed sometimes looks like a slap hitter. Pitch high and inside. She has to back away out of that one.
I love that pitch for a slapper. You know, they're already moving toward you, and you throw that high inside that gets them way off the plate and out of the box.
1-1 the count. There she tries to go low and away. Right idea, but just a little bit too far outside. 2-1 the count. And as running to the front of the box as a slap hitter, that pitch is just darn near impossible to do anything with. You're lucky if you can foul that thing off. And she goes right back out there again, but again, just a little bit too far outside. 3-1 the count. Now you got to come right back after. You do not want to put her on. She walked last time and came around and scored.
The Hawks have adjusted their infield. Himes way up, and we were in right field playing at deep second base here, so that's a nice pitch right there.
Strike a great pitch there on that outside corner, exactly.
The Hawks are playing slap here.
Yeah, even the center fielder wins not very deep. She's only a couple steps into the grass behind second base, so if she does swing away, she's going to have to hit it hard to get it out there. There's a swing, and Coach Birdie down at third. She's out, Coach. That a boy.
Barehanded snag.
All right.
Coach.
That was your player, but that's all right. We'll take the out. Count remains 3-2 as she took a cut at it. Couldn't quite catch up to the pitch from Klosterman. 3-2 pitch again, a little fly ball in left center field, and she did. The outfield was way in, and she popped it right out there, so a stand-up double. Hawks dared her in the outfield to try to do it, and she did.
Got her done.
Just that. Hit it out in left center field over the heads of the players, so a one-out double. And that'll bring up Charlie Jagusa. She's 2 for 2 with an RBI here, and she went 2 for 3 in game one, so she's having a very productive night at the plate for Williamsburg.
And that's the thing about a slapper, Bill. You bring your defense in to play that slap, and then, they crank one on you, and, next time up, you're not sure what to do then.
Yeah. Takes that first pitch outside, ball one. So, Jagus, a very good job offensively here tonight. Would like to do what she did last time, get an RBI single. There's a swing and a miss. Nice pitch. Good location there by Klosterman. Jagus was trying to get that ball, swinging hard enough, getting out in the outfield, because with the speed that Walters has, if that ball gets in the outfield, she's probably scoring. Took a little something off of that one, swings out in front of that one, a pitch for a nice little off speed at the knees. 1-2 the count.
And this would be a big out right here. You got Hollab on deck. So big out right here for the Hawks.
Ooh, big out, swing and a miss, strike 3. Fourth strikeout of the game for Klosterman, second one this inning. And that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Jill Hollab. She's 0 for 2, flied out to the left fielder and struck out her 2 times here, 0 for 3 in game one. So if the Hawks can get out of here without that double coming out score, there's a big swing and a miss, strike 1. Got a report from John Swisher down in Coconut Valley. Starmont came back and won the second softball game 9-6 down in Coconut Valley. So congratulations to Starmont on the second game victory tonight. They split that doubleheader down there. Pitch outside, 1-1 the count on Hollab.
And Hollab, if she makes contact, the ball's going to go. The outfielders are deep.
There's a swing and a foul ball back out of play. 1-2 the count. See if Emily can make one more quality pitch here this inning and get herself out of this inning here, still with that 4-1 lead here in the top of the 5th inning. Pitch is high and away. 2-2 the count.
Try to sneak that rise ball in. Just had a little bit too much rise on it. Looking for a pop-up from Hollab to get out of this inning.
2-2 pitch from Klosterman. Ooh, that was a pretty good pitch. Game one, that would have been called strike 3. That was a great pitch. Great location. Emily, that was a great pitch. Took everything it had for that umpire not to ring that one up, I think.
Yeah, and Hollab was on her toes, just watching it go by.
I don't think he'd have surprised her if he'd have called that either. 3-2 pitch goes right back to her, but a little bit too high. There, they had the runner was going. And Wegman kind of surprised that she was going, kind of double cocked, throws down there. But Walters advances to third on kind of what I would call maybe a delayed steal on that walk. But Williamsburg has runners at first and third now, and that'll be Carly Campbell. She's grounded out, popped up so far. But now we'll see with Williamsburg runner first and second. Will they try to take that first pitch and get that runner from first going to second? They've got 5 stolen bases tonight. Why wouldn't they want to try it here?
Try to double steal.
And no, but none of the Hawk infield was close enough to second base to be able to throw her out. Now they throw down the third, and the runner from first goes down. So runner's indifference. But now Williamsburg has got something cooking there. 2 runs in scoring position here. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. I think that first pitch was a ball 1, I think.
And all of a sudden, Klosterman's up to 22 pitches this inning.
There's one at the knees, called strike 1. Carly Campbell ground to the shortstop and pop out to the pitcher.
She's choked way up, so she makes contact.
Good pitch on that inside corner there. Campbell unable to pull the trigger on that one. A little check swing, but a great location, great pitch. 1-2 the count now on Campbell. Walters at third, Hollab at second for Williamsburg. Throw pop fly out of play to our right. Count will remain 1-2. So Campbell, nice job of spoiling a good pitch there by Klosterman.
Big pitch here, 1-2 count, 2 outs, runners in scoring position.
Little fly ball, going to go foul.
Great effort.
Wedover, a diving attempt just out of her reach.
Great effort out there.
That would have been sweet had that been caught there for the third out, but thank goodness for the Hawks that just went foul. Count will remain 1-2.
No, she's a left-hander. She had to go across the body with her glove, and she, right-hander out there might have had a good, little better opportunity, but still, great effort. Great effort.
Ooh, there's a good pitch again, Emily. 2-2 on that outside corner. This umpire's just not going to give you that call. 2-2 to count now.
I think the orange and black faithful down below want that call.
That's because they got us in the first 7 innings of game 1. There's a good pitch, swung on a foul back into the screen. So Campbell being in a tough at-bat here for Williamsburg. 2-2 remains to count. 2 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Hawks with a 4-1 lead, but Williamsburg with runners on second and third. 2-2 pitch, a little changeup, gets by Wegman, and the runner from third is going to come in and score. Walters comes in.
Those are the ones that hurt right there. There's a little lack of concentration there to finish the play. That ball gets by her, and again, good speed on third base from Williamsburg to make that play look easy coming home.
Yeah, that's a little changeup, and it come in, and it was low and in the dirt inside, and Wegman unable to keep it in front of her, gets by her all the way to the fence. Easy to score from third on that play, so makes it 4-2 the score now here. Runner over at third. 3-2 pitch, swung on a miss, big strikeout there. She struck out the side, outside of a double and a walk, but Williamsburg, they do score a run on a hit. 1 left on. Score after 4.5, West Delaware 4, Williamsburg 2. You listen to Game 2 of Hawk Softball on KMCH.
This is Jamie Vasky from Don & Walt LLC, your independent Lennox dealer in Manchester. For residential or commercial plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, and top-quality Lennox furnaces and air conditioners, see Don & Walt LLC on East Main Street, Manchester, or call 927-2232.
Farmers Savings Bank proudly supports all area athletes and their coaching staff. For all of your banking needs, visit them in Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, and Arlington, or online at farmersavingsbank.com. Member FDIC.
Insurance is a contract to protect what you value most, whether you're auto, home, business, health, and even your life. People's Insurance Agency, partnering with Heritage Mutual, has been protecting your assets for years. Please call your local insurance advisors located at 1212 West Marion Street. People's Insurance Agency delivers peace of mind.
If you are in need of rental equipment such as skid loaders, high-reach forklifts, and man lifts, contact Jason at Moyle Rental Services or check out our website at moylerentalservices.com. Moyle Rental Services of Manchester wishes all area athletes and coaches the best of luck.
Back at Seal Field, leading off the bottom of inning number 5 here in Game 2. The number 8 hitter, designated player Joanna Baugh, steps in there. First pitch swung on. Fly ball short left center field. And the center fielder, Mackenzie O'Neill, goes over and makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, left fielder, Kayla Felton. She knocked in the 3rd run back in the 2nd inning on a sacrifice fly. So no official at bat, but got an RBI and knocked in an important run for the Hawks back in that 2nd inning. So see if she can get herself on base here and create something for the top of the order. Nice pitch by Jagusis there, swinging a miss by Felton.
After that rough 2nd inning by Jagusis, Bill, she's settled in, and she's only thrown 23, 24. That was 25 pitches the last 3 innings. So she's become very efficient with her spots. A little something off of that one. Stays inside and low.
Felton will step back in there. Been playing left field and playing left field in this game, but getting to bat with Emily Closeman being the flex player there. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 2.
That pitch had a lot of movement in it. That looked like it was coming right down the middle at the last second. That broke off the plate. So nice spin on the ball.
A little pop fly to the second baseman, Olivia Stratton. She'll catch it for out number 2. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Eva Wynn. She singled and scored back in the 1st inning and then flied to left her 2nd time up. Wynn was 0 for 2 plus a sacrifice bunt in Game 1. And she started off 1 for 7 in the first 2 games. That one was a big home run. There's a bunt. The pitcher goes over. Jagusis picks it up, throws down the first in time for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down for the Hawks here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Score after 5. Well, Delaware 4, Williamsburg 2. You're listening to game number 2 here on KMCH.
Viafield is your headquarters for all your seed, chemical, and fertilizer needs. They have professional service and quality products needed to bring the best crop to market. Viafield, providing growth opportunity for 18 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and the Dyersville Commercial recognize the hard work and dedication of all area athletes. Check out the weekly sports section in the commercial for scores and information. The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities.
For fan food, not fast food, visit your after-the-game headquarters, Manchester Dairy Queen. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen.
Your family. It's no secret that people come to Fairway in Manchester for their famous meats, but as you dash back to the counter to pick up your USDA choice ribeyes, don't be surprised if you find yourself lingering among the delicious fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Shop Fairway in Manchester for low prices and all your grocery needs.
Back at Seal Field, heading into the top of the 6th inning for Williamsburg. Leading off will be the center fielder, Mackenzie O'Neill. She's been on base both times here in Game 2. Reached on an error and got a stolen base, and then single leading off the 4th. And she went 1 for 3 in Game 1, so a nemesis here for the Hawks. There's a ground ball out in the left field. Second hit of the game, on base all 3 times. And she had a stolen base earlier, and she had a stolen base in Game 1. So expect some wheels to be moving here again here in the top of the 6th inning.
Oh, that was just a hard hit ball, that 5-6 hole, and diving shortstop made a good dive at it.
Squares around the bunt, pulls it back, throw down to second. Not in time as a short hop cleared Demmer out of second out in the center field. And Eva Wynn comes in and picks it up and puts a tag on the base runner. She's called time. But Wynn keeps a tag on her, but give her 3rd stolen base of the night. Williamsburg with a runner at second with nobody out. Not sure what the base umpire was talking. The Williamsburg coach is kind of like, oh, I don't care, whatever. She's a second. Yeah, we're in good shape. So 1 strike to count. Pitches outside, 1-1. Brianna Nail 0 for 2, popped out and reached on a fielder's choice her last time. Then they put in a courtesy runner, and the courtesy runner got a stolen base. There's a pop fly on the short center field. Eva Wynn goes over. She'll catch it for out number 1. So nice job there to record the out without letting the runner get any farther. That'll bring up Megan Lamperic. She's 0 for 2. A couple pop-outs here. She went 1 for 3 in game 1.
What I liked about Wynn on that play, Bill, she got behind the ball and then caught it coming forward, looking to make a throw to third in case there was a tag. So first hit, base out in right field, coming around the third, is going to come in and score, run her down to second, and she's going to be nailed at second base, but give Lamperic an RBI single to right field as O'Neill comes around and scores, makes the score 4-3, and then Lamperic is thrown out at second, trying to get to second on the throw home. So nice alert play by Leo Wegman, understanding we weren't going to get the out. Let's just get the out at second base. So, but for Williamsburg, they come up with another run. Now only trail 4-3. 2 outs, bases empty here, and Ellie Ridgway will come up. She's 0 for 2. That pitch must have been just a little bit high. That looked good from up here. Umpire called it a ball.
That pitch is outside, 2-0 the count.
Williamsburg doing a little better job this game, plating the runners when they got on base. They had trouble last game. But part of that was due to very fine pitching by Macy Kleitch.
There's a swing and a miss, 2-1 the count now on Ridgway. Yeah, Williamsburg had some clutch, timely hitting here in game 2, being able to put the ball in play when they had some runners in scoring position. Plus, they're taking advantage of the speed they've got. Now, some of that stuff they've manufactured tonight is by the speed, being able to get stolen bases and get into scoring position. That pitch is high and away, 3-1 the count. Now on Ridgway.
When you have that kind of speed, it saves your sacrifice bunt.
Yep, saves you an out. You darn right it does. 3-1 pitch outside, ball 4. So the third walk of the game by Klosterman. And head coach Adam Birdie is going to come back in and see who they put in here. They've already put, well, that was for Nail. This will be the first time for Ridgway. Probably going to be a courtesy runner going in. Oh, they got a new batter coming up. It's batter number 22. Number 22 is Jaden Kennebeck. She did play in game 1. Kennebeck was 0 for 2 in game 1. So Kennebeck pinch hitting here.
Number 16 going into pitch run. Number 16 is the pitcher in game 1, Peyton Driscoll. She's got some wheels too.
Yeah,
that in game 1. She's got some wheels. So
2 outs. You see what they got going here. Their first pitch is a called strike 1. So Kennebeck pinch hitting here in the number 9 spot for Williamsburg. They trail 4-1, but the potential tying run at first base with 2 outs here in the top of inning number 6. Pitch is low and outside. 1-1 the count.
Driscoll taking a pretty healthy lead there at first base.
And you want to retire this pinch hitter. You don't want 2 runners on base with the top of the order coming up. There's a foul back into the screen. 1-2 the count. Top of the order, Aubrey Walters. Last 2 times up, she's gotten on and came around and scored 2 out of the 3 runs here tonight in game 2. So don't want to see her come up there with anybody on base here in game 2. Swinging a foul tip. Just couldn't quite hang on to that. Leo Wegman just fouled it just enough to get it out of the glove of Wegman. Kind of remain 1-2. One and 2 pitch, ground ball right back up the middle. Himes goes over, picks it up, steps on second. Very smart play. I don't know if that would have been a tough play to have to turn around and try to throw her out of first base, but smart heady move there by Himes for out number 3. But Williamsburg, they score 1 run on 2 hits. 1 left on, score after 5.5. West Delaware 4, Williamsburg 3. You listen to game 2 of Hawk Softball on KMCH.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team. The Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
J&D Catering and Suites in New Vienna provides exceptional handcrafted food, whether a cocktail buffet, formal dinner, or a themed event. Let Diane and her staff create a customized menu sure to wow your guests. They offer an extensive specialty cupcake and cake menu. Call or check them out on Facebook. Let J&D Catering and Suites set your next special event above the rest.
Our service and parts team at Victory Ford is dedicated to keeping your car in tip-top shape, and our sales department makes buying a car easy and hassle-free. Stop out to Victory Ford in Dyersville or online at victoryfordonline.com. Good luck, athletes and coaches.
Back at Sill Field, bottom of the 6th inning, leading off number 2 hitter Eve Wedewer will step in. Our Hawks lead 4-3. First pitch right back up the middle. Lead off single by Wedewer. Nice job hitting it right back where it came from, and hard enough it got by the pitcher before she could get in front of it.
Hey, you just called that during our timeout. You got to get one run back, so that's a good way to good start. You get your lead off batter on one pitch, one hit, and now you got something to work with here.
Macy Kleitz will step in there. She got an RBI sacrifice fly her first time up and then grounded out back in the 3rd inning. First pitch swung on ground foul down the left field line. Congratulations to head coach Nate Lahr and the baseball team up at Exide Field here tonight. Doubleheader sweep over Nate King's Williamsburg Raiders, 5-3 in Game 1 and 2-1 in Game 2. So Nate Lahr's young team off to a 3-0 start. So nice job, Coach Lahr and the Western Hawk baseball team. As they'll probably have a practice tomorrow and then take the weekend off and then a big week next week. There's a line shot out in the left center field. Nice job by Macy. Ball gets by her. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, if you're going to hesitate, go back. And a good job by Wedewer. So back-to-back singles by Wedewer and Kleitz leading off the bottom of the 6th inning here. And the number 4 hitter, Heather Himes, will step in there now. Himes 0 for 2 here, applied to center and applied to left. So we'll see what strategy Coach Rave has planned here now. With runners at first and second and nobody out.
Both those balls were hit right on the button, and they were smacked. And, that means your timing is perfect right now. So Coach Birdie there calling a timeout to talk to his pitcher and talk to his defense out there. So great job by Westover Hawks to smack the ball around here in the top and the bottom of the 6th, trying to get those runs back that Williamsburg scored in the 5th and 6th innings. Well, there might be just a little something off those pitches. Now, you said her pitch count's over 100, so maybe a little something off of there, maybe not quite as sharp as she was earlier in the game, so see if the Hawks can take advantage of that well. Coach Birdie walks back into the dugout, and we're ready to go. Didn't make any moves. He just went out to talk to his girls, make sure they're all aware if the ball's hit to you, what are you going to do with it? Think about it. Don't make any crazy plays here and let them get to a base to advance without really being able to. So that first pitch to Himes, high, ball 1. That right fielder, now she's even over farther a little bit to the left of that Georgian Auto sign. So, man, that right field line is wide open. Macy Kleitz would be able to score from first if she'd hit it out that direction. There's a ground ball down to third. Howell picks it up, steps on third, turns around, throws to first, not in time. So alertly gets the lead runner on a 5U. Fielder's choice by Heather Himes. So Kleitz will be out at second base. Himes at first base with 1 out, and that'll bring up Ella Kolak. Now we might see a sacrifice bunt there.
I kind of thought so too.
Get those runners from first and second to second and third. But Coach Rave, those are players. Play the odds here.
Yep. Heather's got a good stick. You like to maybe keep that stick in her hand. But 1 out here now. Runners at first and second. Hawks lead 4-3. Pitch is low in the dirt. Good job by Campbell to smother that thing to save a wild pitch where the Hawks could both runners advance. So 1-0 the count on Kolak. Kolak 0 for 2 plus a sacrifice bunt in Game 1. She's 1 for 2 here. Singled leading off that 3-run second inning for the Hawks. It's low and outside. 2-0 the count. A good eye there by Kolak. Now at 2-0, she can really sit in there and really wait for a pitch to her liking, even if it's maybe on a corner she doesn't like it, or if it's not where she thinks that thing's going to be, take it. You know, right now you have to look for a pitch where you think you can hit it and hit it hard somewhere. Great pitch there, a little on the inner portion and a little off the fist there, a little pop-up to the shortstop for out number 2, and that'll bring up Claire Demmer. Demmer was hit by a pitch and came around and scored the second run of that 2-run third inning. The Hawks looking for a 2-out base hit here. There's a first and second, 4-3 lead. And good spot pitching there by Jagusis. You know, keeping the ball down and out of the zones. Gave up at the knee, swung on and fouled back in the screen by Demmer. She gave up those 2 early singles, hard hit balls there. And then Coach Birdie called a timeout, and she's back to keeping the ball down, inside, outside, and nothing hard hit. Yeah, whatever he told her, he took it to heart, and she did a nice job since that timeout. There's going to play at least one. Now ball out in right center field. Right fielder goes over, cuts it off, throws it in. But don't do anything crazy there at first. Oh, they throw it away down at third, and the second run's going to come in and score as the pitcher just took too much of a gamble. As Kleitz comes around and scores on that RBI single by Claire Demmer. And then Heather Himes down at third, just off third enough to kind of tease her, and she threw it down there in a throwing error. And Himes is going to come in and score. So the Hawks score 2 on now lead 6-3. And that'll bring up Leah Demmer. She's 1 for 2 here in game 1. So an opportunity to put another board up there. Those 2 runs the Hawks just gave up in the 5th and 6th inning. They just got them back there and back to that 3-run lead. Top fly foul going to land behind the first base dugout out of play. But that was another hard hit ball. You know, the balls that they've made solid contact on have been smacked and tough to play. Yeah, they've got 3 hits this inning, and they've only had 3 hits the first 5 innings. So a good inning to come up with some base hits and extend your lead here. The pitch stays high, 1-1 to count. Again, a nice hard hit. And Demmer can be running on the play with 2 outs and not have to worry about it. And getting a good lead out second base. Oh, excuse me, check swing. Foul ball down the first baseline. Ashley Himes, assistant coach, picks it up, hands it back to the first baseman. We'll be ready to go again here for a 1-2 count. And the Williamsburg outfielders are deep. Right fielder has moved back over about 10 feet to her left. That pitch well outside. 2-2 to count. And there's times I've seen her look into the dugout, and they're kind of telling her where to go. So I don't know if they've got some scouting reports or something, because she has moved all over the place out there in right field tonight. 2-2 pitch. Nice pitch on that inner portion. Caught her looking for out number 3, but the Hawks scored 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 left on base. Score after 6 complete. West Delaware 6, Williamsburg 3 in game 2 here on KMCH.
At Three Rivers, our customers come first. Your business is very important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and service that you have come to expect from Three Rivers. Visit our website at threeriversfs.com or the location nearest you. Three Rivers, your partner in growth solutions.
You expect big hits on the field, but not on the road. So when the unexpected happens, call Krager Body Shop in Dyersville. They specialize in major and minor collision repair and frame straightening. For all of your auto body work, see Krager Body Shop in Dyersville.
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and New Vienna. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
Put a little south in your mouth at Rockin' 5K Barbecue Shack in Manchester. You can't go wrong with any of their melt-in-your-mouth menu options. Dine in or call ahead for carry-out. Book them today to cater your next event. Rockin' 5K Barbecue Shack in Manchester.
Welcome back to Phil Field. Hawks softball on KMCH. Do or die time for the Williamsburg Raiders. Top of the 7th, trailing by 3, but they've got their leadoff hitter, Aubrey Walters, left-handed slap hitter, walked and scored in the 3rd and doubled and scored in the 5th. So Hawks got to figure out a way to keep her off base. The first 4 times up, they kept her off base, but the last 2 times she got on and came around and scored.
And you look at the outfield right now, Bill, and they are back to regular depth.
They're a little deeper than last time, yeah. They learned last time. They came in on the slap hitter, and then with 2 strikes, she swung away and hit it over their head for a stand-up double. There she tried to slap on it and missed.
Himes way
2-1 the count now.
Himes way up at second base, you bet. Himes way up at second base. She was going to field that bunt right there. Kleitz back behind first. Himes up.
A little foul fly lands right on the baseline. Fair ball, and she's going to have a stand-up double. So her back-to-back double, her second hit here in game 2. And
that's how big do those 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning look now? Those are huge. And that ball had spin on it. You know, it was outside pitch, and she smacked it. It hit the white chalk line. It drew chalk
on her hill,
and then it spun away from it. So an easy stand-up double.
So number 2 hitter, the pitcher, Charlie Jaguna, stepped in there. She's 2 for 3. She singled her first time up in the first, singled in the third, and got an RBI. And then struck out her last time up, had 2 hits as well the first game. So important at bat here for Emily Klosterman to try to retire. Jagunas here. The 2-0 is the count.
And she's proved to be a tough out.
There's a ground ball hit right to, good play by Claire. Base runner come out there a little too far, and Claire Devon says, you're close enough, I can just tag you. And she did, and then tried to make the throw to first for the double play, but not in time. But Jagunas is going to be on base with a fielder's choice, but very alert, smart play out there short by Demmer.
I'll tell you what, that was a great play. It hit up the middle, and Demmer was going to second base anyway, and she fielded the ball nice and clean and reached that long arm of the law out there, tagged, made the tag, and almost turned 2 off of it. The wheels by Jagunas is the only thing that she beat out that play, but great heads-up play to get that runner.
Well, Jagunas got called out at second on a maybe a little over-aggressive play, got off second, the Hawks picked her off. So a nice job each game getting a out there on the over-aggressiveness by the base runners. But Williamsburg lived by that tonight. They've done a nice job running the bases, lots of stolen bases and advances and bases without having to get outs to do that. So Klosterman ahead in the count now, 0-2. That one high, 1-2 to Jill Hollop. She walked her last time up. Flied out and struck out the 2 times before that, 0 for 3 in game 1. So done a nice job to their number 3 hitter here tonight. 0 for 5. Well, there's another stolen base attempt, and there again, the Hawks shortstop not there in time. As she gets over there and in front of the base and doesn't really give the Hawks a good opportunity there, maybe for a tag here, but another stolen base.
Jagunas has got a great jump and slid away from the tag.
Yeah, he just got slide on the backside, and even if the ball beats you there, you won't get out. There's a swing and a miss. Great strikeout there for out number 2 for Klosterman. That'll bring up Carly Campbell. She's 0 for 3 here in game 2. She was 1 for 3 in game 1. So possibly down to the final batter here, 2 away. Runner at second. There's a pitch called strike on the outside corner. The Klosterman still pitching some quality pitches here in the top of the 7th inning.
That's a great way to start. Throw that strike and get ahead in the count. Little soft pop fly. Going to go over the head of Claire Dever, and the runner is going to come around and score. Yeah, don't throw it in. Let that run come. Don't let that runner from first get to second. So a 2-out RBI single by Campbell makes the score now 6-4. Yeah, now really how big do those 2 runs look in the bottom of the 6th? We'd be tied. You know, but looks like they're going to maybe put in a courtesy runner for the catcher, Campbell. The batter, Mackenzie O'Neill, is going to step in there. She's 2 for 3 plus reached on air, so she's been on base all 3 times here in game 2. So we'll see who comes out of the dugout as a courtesy runner for the catcher. Berger's got to be just about out of bodies. He's used, it's going to be number 4, Bill. Number 4 is Metz, Riley Metz. Last time she came in, she was a pinch runner for Brianna Nail and got a stolen base back in the 4th inning. So
wouldn't be real surprised. 2 outs would be quite a gamble, but yet we haven't thrown anybody out yet tonight stealing. So, I got to manufacture some runs here. Hawks with a 6-4 lead, 2 outs here, runner at first. And O'Neill steps in. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Hawks trying to complete the doubleheader sweep. 1 game 1, 2-0 on a nice shutout by Macy Kleitch, a 5-hitter. Pitch again outside, 2-0 the count. On that curveball, can't quite find the corner. Two 2-0 pitch, low and in the dirt. Good scoop there by Wegman. 3-0. Postman working very fast right here, Bill. Yeah, she usually does. That's one thing she likes to get the ball and get in there and let's just go. I think sometimes she feels maybe she can get the batters before they're really ready. There's a 4-pitch walk. So O'Neill gets on base for the 4th time tonight, but more importantly for Williamsburg, that puts a potential tying run on first base. That'll bring up Brianna Nail. She's 0 for 3, popped out, reached on a fielder's choice, and then flew out to center field. She was 0 for 3 in game 1, so let's see if she can come up with her first hit and help the Williamsburg cause. First pitch is low, ball 1. 6-4 on the scoreboard. Tying run at first with 2 outs. Nice pitch, swung on, foul, tipped into the glove of Wegman. 1-1 to count. I'll tell you what, that was a big cut. Yeah, that was a big cut, and that had more of the plate than I'm sure Emily wanted to get. Sure she doesn't want to throw that pitch again. That pitch a little high and on the outer portion. 2-1 to count. Doesn't want to walk this hitter as well either because Lamperic had an RBI single her last time up. Don't want to put her on base with the potential tying run at second. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. Heather Himes picks it up, throws over to first for out number 3. And the Hawks complete the doubleheader sweep here with a game 2 victory, 6-4 after winning game 1, 2-0. We'll take a quick break, add up some totals, and come back and give you our analysis of this doubleheader sweep here tonight by the Hawks. It was Hawks softball on KMCH.
This is Jamie Vaskey, the voice of the West Delaware Hawks, and I've had the chance to review the Good Neighbor Society's playbook, and I got to tell you, they are friends in your neighborhood, designing plays to get you home fast. If you need help getting back in the game, contact the Good Neighbor Society Rehab to Home team at 563-927-3907.
The Edgewood Reminder is proud to support all the area teams in athletic action and appreciates their efforts in the classroom and during sports. Check out all the sports photos in each week's issue of the Edgewood Reminder.
TriVet Associates is a mixed animal veterinary clinic with offices in Farley, Dyersville, and Holy Cross. Our 8 doctors serve the Dubuque, Manchester, Guttenberg, and Cascade areas and provide veterinary services to both large and small animals. For more information, find us on Facebook or visit our website, trivetinc.com.
High-Tech Communications is your local service provider for telephone systems, fire detection, audio, video, security and surveillance systems, wiring, and more. High-Tech has decades of experience in the industry. Contact High-Tech at 563-927-4936, online at hightechcommunications.us. High-Tech Communications, changing your world with technology.
West Bend's home and highway policy provides you with one policy, one bill, one deductible, and one agent, all with no hassle and a portion of your annual premium back in cash if you don't have a claim. To find out more, contact your local West Bend agent, Eric Smith, at Parrott Insurance in Manchester at 927-2791.
And welcome back into Sill Field as the Hawks softball team complete the doubleheader here tonight. 2-0 victory in game 1, 6-4 in game 2. Hawk baseball team up at Exide Field tonight defeated Williamsburg 5-3 and 2-1. So 4 victories tonight by the Hawk varsity teams tonight. So a great night here tonight for West Delaware.
All 4 close games. Yeah, all very, very competitive games. And the first game we saw here, we saw a pitcher's duel. The Hawks squeaked. Got a couple runs when they needed to, and the second game, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. A lot of offense, a lot of good situational softball, and a lot of fun to watch. Game 2 here, Hawks won 6-4. Hawks scored 6 runs on 6 hits, 1 Williamsburg error. Hawks only left 1 runner on base all night long, so when they got a runner on base, they came around and scored, figured it out, and got it done.
And Charlie Gajusis struck out 3, didn't walk anybody, and hit one batter. So she had a really, really nice outing here tonight for Williamsburg. And I tell you, they got 2 quality young pitchers there that are going to have Williamsburg softball looking pretty good here in the future. For Williamsburg tonight, they scored 4 runs on 8 hits, 1 was Delaware. They left 7 on base. Emily Kolsterman with the complete game victory, struck out 6, walked 4, and did not hit anybody. For the Hawks, they had 6 girls, each with 1 hit here in Game 2. Eva Wynn, Eve Weatherward, Macy Kleitch, Ella Kolak, Claire Demmer, and Leah Wegman, each with the hit. The RBIs by Kleitch, Claire Demmer, Leah Wegman, Joanna Voss, and Kayla Felton. So some big RBIs tonight for the Hawks. So 2 victories here tonight, and Roger, these are 2 good games. Anybody that came to watch this game saw some good high school softball tonight.
Yeah, it's early in the season. Williamsburg opened up tonight, so they're just getting their feet underneath of them. And West Delaware 1-2, even their record up now at 2-2 for the year. So it's Walmart softball. It's always good softball. The Hawks are going to do well in the East Division. Williamsburg is going to do well in the West Division. And I love it to see when the divisions cross and you get good softball like we saw tonight. Klosterman threw 128 pitches. That's a lot of pitches. She's going to need some ice on that shoulder, but you're going to need that arm as the season progresses. So I'm sure Coach Rave was using that conditioning night. Get in there, keep throwing. Win the game. Jagusis, on the other hand, only threw 72 pitches. So, that's good control. That's very efficient. And when you can do that, you're going to be very successful. That first game lasted an hour and 19 minutes. The second game lasted an hour and a half. And, you're playing good softball when you keep the games under an hour and a half and you're moving along and doing some good things. The Hawks are going to learn a lot, especially base running stuff. I feel they gave up too many stolen bases. Mm-hmm. And, when you got pitchers that can throw as hard as Kleitch and Klosterman can, you shouldn't be giving up that many stolen bases. So I'm sure that'll be part of the coaching and part of the practice work to cut that down. Because I think every time, those runners stole at second, they put them in scoring position, and probably 75% of the time those runs scored. So in tight games and big ball games, you got to keep those runners out of scoring position. So that'll probably be a little bit of work to do on that. So, and again, hit the ball, timely hitting. I like what West Delaware did that second game. They only left one batter on base. They scored everybody else. So, they put together the hits when they needed to. But again, you need more than 6 hits in a game, and you need to score some more runs.
Yeah, they've scored 11 runs in 4 games now, a record at 2-2. And probably the difference between tonight and Tuesday and Wednesday night is the fact that they did come up with a timely hit when they needed to and knocked in some runs. As they lost on a 2-run home run by Columbus 5-3 in a really nice contest Tuesday night in the opening game for both teams. And then last night, a very good North Scott team come up here and played JV varsity, and it was 0-0 through 5 innings, kind of a pitcher's duel. And then 6th inning, North Scott finally got things put together and put 6 runs on the board in the 6th inning and kind of ran away with that game last night then. But, Hawks found a way tonight. They Macy Kleitch, a complete game in Game 1, a 2-0 victory, a complete game, 5-hitter. Really never really got in too much trouble. She just, whenever she get in trouble, she made some quality pitches and did a nice job. If she can pitch like that all year long, Hawks are going to be pretty successful. Game 2, Emily Klosterman just battled. She didn't get the strike zone that Macy did in that first game, and that's part of that high pitch count because there was a lot of pitches that in this Game 2 would have been probably strikes in Game 1. But we talked about it. You got to adjust to that kind of stuff as a pitcher and a batter. And it's a good learning tool here tonight. But the Hawks, going to get the rest of the week off. I'm sure they'll probably have a practice tomorrow, and I'm assuming she'll probably maybe have a practice somewhere over the weekend. But Tuesday, it doesn't get any easier to go right down to DeWitt for a doubleheader Tuesday night. DeWitt's got a pretty good team coming around. And then Wednesday, you and I travel down to Benton-Shellsburg for a doubleheader down there on the radio down there on Wednesday. So, a lot of action coming up for him here in the next week and a few things for him to work on. Coach Rave, pretty happy Coach Rave coming up here tonight. That smile's a little bigger here tonight, so great job here tonight. We were talking a little bit at Game 1, what a pitcher's duel. An 8th grader pitched her heart out tonight, but Macy just a little bit better.
Yeah, Mace did a great job for us moving that ball inside and out, and really did an awesome job of getting ahead in the count. And it allowed her the opportunity to throw the ball where she wanted to throw it. And against the top of their lineup, that was super important tonight. She really, really dictated the at-bat and, filtered to our defense well, I thought, tonight. Super, super impressed with both of our pitchers' efforts on the mound tonight. I think they both did a fantastic job.
Well, Macy did a nice job of adjusting to the umpire strike zone in game one. You probably couldn't see it as much as we could see it back here. She had a really big strike zone. And every once in a while, she kind of tried to expand it, and every once in a while, she's getting some calls. So very smart pitching on her part. Well, let's see. That was a little outside, and he called it, so let's see if I can keep going out. So she just pitched the whale of the game, and then it seemed like every time, then all of a sudden, they were looking outside, she'd bust them inside. So, a very smart, heady game by Macy tonight.
Mace is a smart player. And, even the last couple games, she's got the ability to notice that type of a thing from an umpire and see, okay, coach, I've got a girl that's jumping on first pitch here. Can I inch out a little bit? Can I inch out a little bit more and inch my way back in? And she's really smart with that outside pitch and being able to do that, and super talented for a pitcher to be able to put that ball just a little bit, an inch off the plate and then 2 inches off the plate and adjust and use your umpire zone to your advantage. And, you said it right. We were able to get them out and then jam them back in and got some nice lazy ground balls on that left side.
Yeah, and in game one, Hawks still haven't maybe found their hitting shoes yet, but that second inning with 2 outs, back to back, doubles off the outfield fence to score the only 2 runs of the game, which turned out to be, at that point, you don't think maybe that's going to happen, but they did what they needed to do to win game 1. But then in game 2, Emily battled. She battled. She didn't have near the strike zone. Her pitch count was a lot higher tonight, but it's because she had to throw a lot more strikes over the plate. And she just plain battled and didn't let that strike zone, she just went after them and just, she pitched a whale of a game.
She did. And, going back to what you said first in game 1 with those back-to-back doubles, I think it goes to show the girls stepping up. And I was really excited to see that it was 3 seniors that did it. Your seniors dictate your summer and what's going to happen. And I think these 4 are really doing an impressive job of leading the way. And so I was really, really excited to see them do that with the bats in game 1. And then, in game 2, they kept doing it offensively. And then for Emily to do what she did, unlike Macy in game 1, Em wasn't getting the outside corner. And her and Leah recognized that really early, which was great of them, although we had to keep going out there with different pitches. I thought she adjusted well, and you said it best, is because of that, some of the pitches that I'm like, that's a great pitch. I'm just, straight-faced and went back at the next pitch, and we got down in some counts, but every single time she was able to battle herself back, and she got some big outs there down in inning 5, 6, and 7 that really, really made a difference there at the end of that game.
Well, and in game 2, I had you down for 6 hits. We only left 1 runner on base. And that was until the 6th inning. And I'm sitting going, wow, that's the first runner they left on base. So kudos to the offense. So when you got on base, they figured out a way to get them to score. And we talked about it there in the top of the 7th, or in the bottom of the 6th. Actually, Hawks need a run here to get back, and they scored 2 and ended up being the margin of victory. So, what a way to come back in that bottom of the 6th inning and put a couple runs up as a cushion.
Yeah, you said it too. We didn't leave runners on base, but more importantly to notice, yes, we hit the ball throughout the entire game, but we hit a lot of balls that were caught tonight that we hit very, very well and very solid. And I think, although they might not have got the result that they wanted, that's important. And to see that pop off the bat that we did continue to have throughout the game, even though they weren't falling, really mattered, because then when we stepped up to the plate there in those late innings and got those extra runs, the girls had confidence at the plate. And I was really happy to see us respond in the bottom of the 6th after they scored 1 in the top, knowing where we were at in their lineup. They really came in, they were fired up, and you could just tell we were going to do something at the plate.
Well, a great doubleheader victory here tonight. A couple tough losses your first 2 games against some very good teams, and sometimes you get your dauber down a little bit. Geez, we got beat 2 games, and but then you come out and then win 2 games, and then even your record of 2-2, 2-0 in the Womack. And then now you got a weekend to kind of work on a few things, and it's not going to get any easier Tuesday night having to go clear down to DeWitt. And DeWitt's got a quality club.
They do. You know, nobody likes to lose, but we did learn some stuff the first two games. And, you know, that's what happens when you play some great teams, and they're going to show us what we need to go back and work on. And they most definitely did. And so, yeah, we're going to go, and we're going to have about 3 days of practice here before our next game, and we're going to work on some of that stuff. But I was super excited to see us come out tonight because, like you said, you know, sometimes, you know, you lose a couple, but we really rebounded back. And I think my seniors stepped up this morning at hitting and made a decision that they were going to get better today, and that's what it's all about. Every single day is getting better, and I know we're super excited Tuesday to go down to DeWitt and continue the conference battle. That every single night we step on the field from here on out, we're gonna have a game. So.
Well, congratulations on the doubleheader victory tonight. Nice job getting those 2 wins here tonight, and good luck next week.
Well, thank you, and thank you both for the coverage.
Comments from head coach Tiffany Rave as the West Delaware Hawks complete the doubleheader sweeper tonight, 2-0 victory in game 1, 6-4 in game 2. The boys baseball team up at Exide Field tonight, they get a doubleheader sweep over Williamsburg, 5-3 in game 1, 2-1 in game 2 over a team coached by former Hawk Nate King. So sorry, Nate, to send you home with a couple losses, but congratulations, Coach Lar, and they run 3-0 on a year on a very, very young team. So great night tonight here for softball and baseball.
Hey, great weather, great competition, two great games, and what more could you ask for?
Yeah, they'll work on. She says they're going to have 3 practices over the weekend, so I get one day off. Probably get Sunday off, but you know, that's the way it is. You know, these kids want to get better, and I'm sure they've identified some things tonight that they're going to need to improve on to go further in the season. But a great night tonight, Roger. Thanks for coming in tonight, pinch hitting for John.
You bet.
And fun, and we'll see you again next Wednesday as we head down to Vinton-Shellsburg. Next action on KMCH next Tuesday. As John will head down to DeWitt. I'm not sure. I can't make it Tuesday, so I'm not sure if he's got somebody lined up. You know, he's got to be determined on mine. So I'm not sure who's going to help John, but John will go down to Central DeWitt Monday, and it'll be a baseball, softball doubleheader from DeWitt on Tuesday night. And then Wednesday night, Roger and I will make the trip down to Vinton-Shellsburg for a WAMAC conference doubleheader and softball down there. So a couple good games coming up here next week. So thanks, Roger, for coming in. Thanks for all the fans coming out tonight, watching some great softball on a beautiful night here. Thanks to the many advertisers who, without their constant support in West Delaware community, that KMCH couldn't bring you high school athletics on the air. So, again, thank you to the many sponsors. Thanks to Ashley Vick for coming in, working in the studio tonight. Great job tonight, Ashley. For Roger Reed, my name is Bill Logan. Thanks for listening to Hawk Softball on KMCH.